Hi, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be focusing on Amazon Cloud. Today I'm going to be working with AWS and we're going to be setting up an EC2. So first step is log on to AWS, and then from here we want to go on services, click on compute, and then click on EC2. From here we want to click launch. So for starters, we're just going to name this one web server. So we're going to go ahead and just want to click, we're going to leave this as this blank, or I guess just the default is Amazon Linux. Make sure everything is correct. Amazon Linux, 64-bit. And on instance type, we're going to go ahead and leave the default as T2 micro. It has one virtual PC and 1 gig of memory. So then we're going to step 4. This is the key pair login. For the key pair name, we're going to choose Vaki. In the network settings, we're going to go ahead and click edit. For the VPC lab, we're going to select lab VPC. So this one. Under firewall, we're going to want to go ahead and create a security group and configure it. So we're going to click on security group name as a web. We're going to name it, name it web server. Security group. For description, I want to go ahead and put security group for my web server. And I'm going to go under inbound. I think this should be, everything is okay. It should be SSH protocol TCP. But we still need to go into under inbound security group rules. I'm going to go ahead and remove this rule. And we want to go ahead and configure our storage. I'm going to go ahead and expand to the advanced details. We're going to go ahead and select for termination protection, select enable. I'm going to go down to the bottom. We're going to write down this script, or I should say code. Under user data, I'm going to go ahead and copy all this. Control C, Control V. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and launch the instance. And it was successful. And then for the instance list, we're going to want to go ahead and see the view all instances. I'm going to go ahead and click on web server. And we're going to go into details. And we're going to get more information about the security settings and the network settings. Now it should be running, and both of my 2 checks have passed, so that means successful. We have launched the EC2 instance, and now for our second task, we're going to monitor our instance. We're going to check the status checks tabs. Let's see where I can see this at. Right here. I'm going to go into the monitoring tab. I'll put this on full screen. As you can see, we can have our CPU utilization, our network in, network out, network packets, disk operation, disk writes. Now we're going to go back to our actions menu. Let's see where I can go to the actions. We'll go right here in actions, and then we're going to select monitor and troubleshoot, and we're going to get system log. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. I'm not sure why it's not showing. I'm going to go ahead and click cancel, and we're going to see if maybe we can see it again the second time. Okay. Go ahead and get our web server. Let's go see, get the Alright, so right now we're having a little bit of problems getting that, but we'll still continue on with this lab. Now we're going to update our security group and access the web server. We're going to make sure that it is still in fact selected. And we're going to go ahead and click on the details tab. Just right here. We're going to copy the public IPv4 address instance to the clipboard. So it should be, go ahead and copy it. And we're going to go ahead and open a new tab in the browser. I'm going to go ahead and paste it. Now, if I'm correct, we shouldn't be able to open it because it hasn't been configured or set up yet, which I'm assuming we're going to do right now in a bit. So we're going to keep it open, and we're going to go back to the EC2 console tab on the left, and then on the left navigation pane, we're going to choose security groups. Go ahead, click on this, and go ahead and make sure everything's on this. And then we're going to go on edit inbound rules. We're going to put add rule. And then from here, the protocol that we're going to be doing, or the type, is going to be an HTTP. And for our source, we put anywhere, IPv4. I'm going to put choose save rules. And you can see right here, it has been successfully saved. Now I'm going to go back to the web server. We're going to see if it worked. As you can see, that it was successful. The protocol of the HTTP, we were able to successfully enable it off from our EC2. And we'll go on to our next task. We're going to resize your instance type, and EBS volume. So before, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and stop it. We're going to choose the EC on the left. Put instances. And this should already be selected. And we're going to put in the instance menu. We're going to go ahead and select a stop. I'm going to go ahead and stop instance. We gotta wait till it completely shows stopped. Okay, now that it's completely stopped, we're gonna go ahead and change the instance type. So we're gonna go in the actions menu, and we're gonna select instance settings, and we're gonna put change instance type. We're gonna go ahead and put a T2 small. Go ahead, click apply. And then we're gonna go click on this. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the actions menu, and we're gonna modify volume. Actually, I think from here we're gonna go to the storage menu, and we're gonna, from here we should, let's see, now we're gonna go back to the name of the volume ID. on storage, don't know. Alright, so we finally got it. We're going to check this off. And from here, we're going to go on actions. We're going to put modify volume. Now it has the size of 8 GIB. I'm going to go ahead and change that. We're going to change the size to a 10. We're going to go ahead and choose modify. And then we're going to go ahead and start the resize instance in the left navigation pane. We're going to choose instances. We're going to make sure that web server is selected. And we're going to put start instance. Okay, now it's up and running. Now I successfully resized it. Now I'm going to move on to my next task is to explore the EC2 limits. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go choose on limits. I'm going to go ahead and go on. Go back to my instances. Click on this. Go choose limits. So I would go ahead and click on limits, but for some reason on this lab, this AWS that I have through my Santa Ana college, it's not working right now. I'm still going to try to continue the lab, but I think the rest of it is limits, and I think it's not. So I'm just going to go ahead and go on to task 6. So I'm going to go ahead and choose instances. I'm going to go ahead and select my web server. And then I'm going to go ahead, instance state menu, I'm going to select terminate instance. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and terminate this one. Since I am now done with the lab, there was a message that it wasn't letting me, so I'm assuming now I'm going to go on to the actions menu, and I'm going to go change, and then I'm going to put change termination projection. And go ahead, I'm going to remove the box from enable and put save, and now it should let me delete or terminate. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna terminate this one. I'm gonna put terminate, and it will successfully let me. And that completes my lab. Sorry I couldn't go over the limits, but everything other than that, there is my lab, and that is how you set up an AWS or launch an EC2 for Amazon. And thank you for another video again. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and thank you.